coordinate individual or group learning and development. So providing feedback to staff members. So when you provide feedback to employees, you encourage good behaviour and correct any issues as they arise. So to provide feedback to employees involves allowing managers to provide recognition for employees performing, which encourages positive behaviour and increased motivation. Allowing managers to discuss things that are not being done well so that employees can improve. Keeping the team focused on the tasks that need to be achieved to succeed at completing long-term goals. Allowing management to provide support and guide employees in the right direction. Identifying opportunities for further skills and development, and identifying issues as a team and finding solutions. So how to provide feedback to staff members. Choose an appropriate time and make sure the employee has time to listen and that they're in the right frame of mind. Use clear statements. Describe their behaviour and offer observations. Don't blame the employee. Work with them to fix the problem. Discuss on the future solutions. Focus on goals and offer suggestions for improvement. Monitoring employee performance. Monitoring performance allows managers to identify problems as they arise. So when you monitor employee performance, it achieves maintaining employees' motivation, allows managers to recognise and acknowledge good performance, identifying problems so solutions can be devised, identifying poor performance so managers can implement strategies to improve performance. And you can monitor performance by observing employees, checking completed work, formal reviews and progress meetings, and seeking feedback from relevant stakeholders. Performance reviews. A performance review gives management the opportunity to provide employees with formal feedback regarding their performance. Before the review, the preparation involves reviewing the employee's performance plan, make notes of issues or concerns that should be discussed with the employee, gather information about the employee's performance. Conducting a performance review. So conducting the performance review involves asking the employee how they feel they performed, give constructive feedback, seek feedback and concerns from the employee, and discuss the employee's career goals and professional development. Concluding a performance review involves making a positive summary of discussion, confirm the main points and actions agreed, agree on follow-up actions and dates, explain the process for documenting and maintaining records of the review, file any documentation in an employee's file in a lock cabinet. Counselling. All employees are entitled to counselling if requested. Employees can either request counselling or it can be offered from management. If they feel an employee may need it, counselling may be needed if the employee is going through a personal issue at home that is affecting his or her performance, the employee is stressed due to their workload, or employees are being put off due to lack of work. So reasons of termination of employment. There's a few different topics that you can be immediately terminated for. So there's the capacity, so doesn't have the ability to perform the job, like if they're if they're disabled or something and they can't do, like if they're in a wheelchair, they can't perform the job because it requires stairs or something. Conduct violation of companies of OH&S obligations, inappropriate behaviour or serious misconduct, so I don't know, theft or bullying or anything like that. Performance, continued poor performance when an employee has been notified of the problem and been issued with 3 written warnings without improvement. So if they struggle at doing their job and they've been told how they're meant to perform well and they still are lacking at their job, then they get 3 written warnings. If they don't improve in the end, they get terminated. And genuine redundancy. So if the job is no longer required, then they get made redundant. Managing the disciplinary process. So immediate termination due to serious misconduct can be sexual harassment, bullying or verbal abuse, theft, fraud or illegal actions, failing to follow reasonable and lawful direction, and underperformance. So the disciplinary process can be followed if a staff member continually underperforms. When an employee is underperforming in their role, management will implement a performance improvement process. This process involves reviewing employee performance and giving the employee 3 chances to improve their performance. So this is the performance improvement process. It just shows they're failing to reach their agreed improvement requirements. Counselling and discussion, so the manager will discuss with the employee how to meet their requirements and get better. And then the performance improvement plan, where they'll plan what they're meant to do to perform better, goes down to failure to reach, goes down again for the same processes as before, so meeting, discussing what they have to do, have to agree to it. If they still don't do it, same thing again. So 3 warnings and then they get terminated if they still don't improve. Termination of employment. An employee has reached the point of termination. Management must issue the employee with a formal termination letter. The termination letter includes information on problems or issues, details of disciplinary process undertaken, the reasons of termination. And that's my references. Any questions?
I'm just thinking the terminations, that they probably come into play with mining and things like that, where they've got the zero alcohol.
Yeah.
So in that sort of instance, you're probably more likely to strike that than the job that I'm
Some industrial workplaces breath test people.
Yeah, I've been at MMG mine down at Rosebery, and as a contractor go on site, you've got to be breath tested as well.
Yeah, so that would be an immediate.
I had to at Fonterra.
Because in the
drug tested at Bell Bay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, okay.
So it's in the contract that if you get tested and
There wouldn't be 3 strikes in
No,
that
no,
situation.
you'd
It'd be
be
one strike
immediate.
and you're out.
That's an instant dismissal.
Yeah.
any other questions?
Can you present that to my team leader, please?
No, thanks. All right, and